Don't come to the club and start talking about what we've done in the past. Talk about what you haven't done anything.
He's won a trophy this season.
I said this season. You ain't got a trophy.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Podcast Pundits, International Week, remote edition. We got everyone in the room with us today. Boy, we'll go around the rooms. Who we got with us? Strives.
Yo, man, what you saying, man? It's your boy Strives. You can call me Striver. I'm sorry I missed the last episode that you guys recorded the other day. I know it was an impromptu recording because of circumstances outside of our control somewhat. I was out there celebrating a wedding. Big up Jade and Joe. Joe used to play for Belmont. Big you up. Yeah, nice wedding. And yeah, man, I enjoyed the episode, man. You guys held it down, man. A nice episode. You guys kind of slandered me a little bit, but we digress. But as you can see from all the kits in the background and the kit that I'm sporting, I'm an Arsenal fan representing Arsenal FC. And if it's international duty as it is now, I'm representing England and Nigeria. I can't tell you that I've been that locked in. But...
Wicked. Moving on, Marley Ma.
Sorry, guys, that was poor. That's like in work meetings. Give me a minute. I need to find the mute button. Yeah, no, here, man. Marley Ma here, Man United supporter, repping in Miami today. It's the first shirt I found. There's no connection to anything in the news. So why I'm wearing this shirt. But yeah, no, happy to be here, man. Happy to be here. Well, yeah, so quickly since the last release as well, innit? So always a pleasure, guys. Welcome to the show again.
Wicked. Della Strada.
Yo, Della Strada, man of many clubs, all that jazz. Yeah, happy to be here, happy to record. Yeah, let's get into it, innit?
Let's get into it. And last but not least, Joey.
Yes, always last but never least. Your boy Joe Nomadic, aka Liverpool's #1 supporter, aka Liverpool till I die, aka we have Isak.
Wow. Yeah, I know. Just for note, like he was showing everyone when we joined this remote edition, the intro video when he signed.
But
The eagle has landed.
All of a sudden, Isak's face gets on my nerves, man. Everything he does,
like that, man.
Everything he does. Guess what? Yeah, just before we get cracking, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
This morning, you remember, Cuff? He's been on the podcast a couple of times now. Yeah, done remotely, and he was at studio with us. I see a voice message from him. Yeah, after being the biggest coward of all times, and he was like, "Oh, remember I said that if we get a striker, I'm gonna, maybe come back to you about your bet offer." And my bet offer was Gyökeres versus Ekitike. So I'm thinking, let's see if he's actually going to come back on the actual bet offer. But this guy's, yeah, how about my striker for your striker? Bro, I swore at him and said that I'm not even going to dignify this conversation with any further response. Makes me sick. And I'm going to say this on air, yeah, because the fact here that Liverpool have got Isak doesn't change the parameters of the bet that I offered, because Gyökeres and Ekitike have both come from foreign leagues, both in new pastures, and that's what a balanced and fair bet is. This guy wants to do Isak. I'm guessing, because I didn't even hear him out, but I'm guessing he wants to do Isak versus Gyökeres. Freaking bummy, stinky guy, man. Can Isak even play more than 2 games a week? Hey, Joey, I'm asking you actually. Can you play more?
Why have you got an issue with Isak though? He hasn't said or done anything to you. It's Coffee you got an issue with, no?
Yeah. Oh no, what? Am I coming across choppy? My bad.
Yeah, choppy still. So,
you say it's Coffee you got an issue with, bro. Leave Isak out of this, bro.
Yeah,
the only person that should have a problem with Isak is Della.
We know this guy ain't got no tats. Look at me, didn't even break face, bro. Break expression, bro. This guy's a fraud, bro. Don't ever rep Newcastle against your life, bro.
Anyway, before we get into it, obviously I didn't even, you know what, guys, it's late, but I didn't even introduce myself. Dre, man, as you already know, avid Man United fan. And obviously, before we crack into the pod, obviously give us a like, give us a follow at Podcast Pundits on Insta _ on TikTok at Podcast Pundits, and on X at Podcast Pundits _. Obviously, International Week. I know it's very hard for people to keep in contact with England, but obviously England won 2-0 against Andorra. An own goal and a Declan Rice header maintained their 100% record in World Cup qualifying.
That's what you wrote. This Jeffers guy's got no respect.
What's he saying?
he said it's my connection to you. He asked him what's his online gaming about. This guy's got no respect. Hey, sorry, viewers, man. I pride myself on a professional setup, man. But
it's all good, man. It's all good. Obviously, Strives. While we're talking about England, one of your latest additions, Madueke, made the team. How did you think he got on overall? Because from what I saw, he had a very good game. I know it's only Andorra, but he looked like the lively spark in the team.
Yeah, I think when England were playing Andorra, I was recovering from a hangover, so I wasn't really watching the game, if I'm completely honest with you. So I just watched the highlights and all the Twitter comps. And like Della says it actually on former episodes, when you're like a player comes into your, like, what's the word I'm looking for? A player kind of comes into your line of vision, so to speak. You tend to study him a little bit more, and obviously my timeline is inundated with Arsenal fans, so there was so many Madueke comps, and yeah, man, he looked like he was taking on his player, burning his man a couple of times, got a few balls into the box. I think he could have taken on his man one-on-one a few more times, but yeah, he created some chances. I think one of the goals that we scored as an England squad came off of one of his crosses. But yeah, man, he was smoking them Andorran defenders, man. I mean, I wouldn't expect anything less, bro. No offense to Andorra, but I mean, what else are you meant to do with a team like that? I mean, I say that, but I heard Eze stunk, but you know. But yeah, man, Madueke did what he's meant to do, man.
And if I put it to you, Marley, obviously Rashford was on the pitch, but again,
I heard he stunk as well.
Yeah, from also watching the game, but reading the comments online, he's still taking a lot of abuse.
Yeah, he's getting it. Like I think with Rashford, and it's unfortunate, but I think he is he's gonna have one of those careers where no matter what he does, he's always gonna be the villain. Funny enough, I was actually watching like proper old school. You know, WWE has a like an archive page where they just have like untold stories about previous matches and stuff in it. So there's one about Eddie Guerrero who's a heel. Like, and no matter what he does, but even when he was a good guy, he was still a heel. Like, they used to put a boot. And that's the same thing with Rashford. No matter what he does, he's just gonna have to accept and probably even probably revel in the fact that he is a heel. And because boy, he gets it no matter what, bro. Like, I think he was obviously he was a cover of, I think it might have been a Daily Mail with a headline that basically just blanketed him as not the reason England flopped, but he's the face of the reason why England looked dusty. So yeah, man, you just got to accept it, bro, and crack on.
Is he the reason though?
I didn't watch the game, but I can't imagine he is the reason, right? Surely, because he hasn't been playing for England for God knows how long.
Why can't it be the gaffer?
I mean, it could be, but yeah, man. I think the media and who controls the media are probably just used to. All right, England played well. All right, who should we put? All right, who's the options? All right, we've got Rashford, we've got Eze. Rashford. We've done pretty well with Rashford in the past. Let's throw Rashford in it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If I throw it out to the group, though, has Rashford done enough though to deserve a place in this England team? Because he's hardly played. Then he's just basically been bought by Barcelona, or loaned, I should say, with an option to buy, and then he's literally just gone straight into this England team.
Have we been watching him in Barcelona?
Pardon?
Have you watched him in Barcelona?
I've watched bits of him, and he's doing better in the Spanish league, but at times he still does kind of the same thing he was doing at Man United, if I'm honest.
I can't lie.
So you don't think he's on the right to be in the squad?
Sounds like you're part of this media that Marley Mar's talking about. Jeez, can't even lie.
To be honest, I think he needs to realise that the speed isn't going to get him out of every situation now. Like this, that's not how it's going to roll. Okay, obviously it's the Spanish league, and you can see like he has the glimpses that we all know Rashford has. We know there's a player in there, but at the same time, you need to know as a footballer, you need to adapt your game at times. And at this moment in time, I don't think he's adapting. I think he's just playing like how he usually thinks that he can play, and that hopefully it'll work. And I just don't think it works all the time for him. But that's my opinion. But obviously, it's the Spanish league as well. So he did a few bits in the Premier League, but Spanish league, I'm seeing him even missing open goals as well. He has Mazes in the Spanish league.
But to your question, Dre, if it's not Rashford, then who goes on the left for England?
Yeah, see, that's a tough question. That's a tough question, exactly. Because obviously you've got Gordon. Yeah. Maybe I would have started Gordon probably ahead of him. Probably just would have started it from the beginning rather than bring him on as a sub.
Where did Eze play?
He played like more in the
he played
middle,
in the 10,
didn't he? Yeah, that's it.
And you know what's interesting in football is that and I've said it before, I think people think football's just all stimulation, because obviously a lot of Arsenal fans said he should have went and played in number 10 at Anfield. He played in number 10 against Andorra and he didn't do so well. And people forget Eze hasn't played in that position for God knows how long. I don't think anyone has seen him play in a pure number 10. He normally plays maybe as an 8 coming from the left or whatever 10. He has never played as a pure 10. And I think sometimes with football, I think our analysis, not as us, I'm just talking about generally, is very surface level. And I think if the manager doesn't do what's obvious to all of us, so we have to critique it. Let's be real. And in terms of this whole thing,
why would that be obvious if he hasn't done that? You know what I mean?
Be obvious?
I get the point that you're about to lean onto, but you're saying if the manager doesn't do what's obvious, then
no, what's obvious to you, because everyone thinks Eze's number 10. Play him in the number 10 because you haven't got Odegaard. I don't want to make this Arsenal, but that's the perfect example where Tuchel thought, okay, yeah, Eze, go and play number 10. He hasn't played there for a while, so he looked like a fish out of water. He didn't look too good, and that's against Andorra. And Arsenal fans wanted him to go and do that against Liverpool at Anfield. But that's couldn't
he have just had a bad game? Because that can happen as well, right?
It could happen, but it just happened. Like that's what he played, and he did it against Andorra, and he didn't do so well. Of course, it's one game. I'm not holding that against him. But I'm talking of this journey. That's how people look at football is a very surface level. And even when we come to Miles, if we want to come to Tuchel as a manager, fair enough. The media are now bashing him. Pause. But they were, some of them were okay with him coming in. They said, you know what, let's bring in. It doesn't matter about the fact that he's German. Let's bring him in because he's gonna win. He's gonna win stuff. What probably made more sense is for you to kept Lee Carsley, where you guys said he hasn't got the pedigree. Then he went to go win under 21s again, and now you're still complaining about Tuchel saying he hasn't got it right. It's not Eze's fault. It's not Rashford's fault. It's not Madueke's fault. It's the manager. He can't seem to get it right. I don't know what he's trying to do, but for how many games he's played under he's managed, not one game England has had a good performance. Not one. They may have won, they may have lost, or whatever the results. But performance-wise, it's been poor.
Yeah, I'm looking at the formation now, particularly in the attacking part of the team. It seems like it's the old let's shoehorn everyone that's in form, no matter where they've been playing at club football. Let's just get them in the team, because Eze in the 10, as I'm looking at it, like if you're going to play Eze, you play him where he's been playing well in for Palace, which is off the left. So it's one or the other. It's Rashford or Eze, and then you play. I see Gibbs White and I see Morgan Rogers on there.
No, but they came on in the second half.
No, they're in the subs. But what I'm saying is they could have played in the 10. Why would you move Eze out of the position where he's been playing well for Palace to put him in the 10, just to get him in the team, just to also get Rashford in the team, who's playing relatively well for
maybe because he wanted to play with wingers.
And
so
then
if he wants to play
Rashford,
then he shouldn't have played Eze. Technically,
but when saying Eze can play, depends. Like Rashford's not.
Yeah, it's more inside forward, right?
Yeah, he's
as well, right? Because
Rashford's an inside forward, but he does go down line. I think he goes down line.
Eze showed you that when he did against Szoboszlai, he can do both the same way.
But if we're looking on a percentage chance, like who goes more down the line, it's more likely to be Rashford because he's played out on the left wing more. often.
Yeah,
Even
but I
there was
think
even
that-
the one where he nutmegged the guy as well. I saw a clip, whatever, but that was on the byline. So
Yeah,
I
but-
see that more from Rashford than I do from Eze. So if he wanted to play wingers, then I would understand why he's shoehorning them. But to Marley's point, he should have just put Gibbs White in there. He just wanted to play Eze because Eze is in form.
You know what? Eze is not even in form, and this is what they do in football. If Eze was at Crystal Palace, he wasn't going to play in the number 10 because there's been so many opportunities where you could have played Eze instead of any other player. Eze has been a sub for most time he's been at Palace. Then all of a sudden, the same way, I'm saying,
you mean a sub for England? That's
yeah, sub for England.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden he goes to a top 4 club. It's like all of a sudden we need to fit him in. That's the same way when Carl Jenkins went to Arsenal.
Top two.
Whatever they call it. The same way with Carl Jenkinson when Arsenal signed him, all of a sudden he got called to England. Theo Walker is the same thing. Like I don't understand how people look at football. It shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden to what Strive said at the beginning, not actually doing this on the podcast. Now Eze's gone to Arsenal. All of a sudden this player that everyone loved, everyone not once would you say anything, or would you rarely say anything bad about Eze? All of a sudden, you got Sky saying and giving him a free. He didn't have a good game, but giving him a free. Did he score an own goal? Like, how can he go? But if he was at Crystal Palace, maybe he would have got a 5 or 6.
He would have got like a 5.9.
Yeah, now all of a sudden he's getting a free. And even Roy Keane in the commentary or post-match commentary saying Eze needs to be doing more now. He stepped up. Technically, Eze's probably had more time at Palace than he has at Arsenal. Like, so what are you judging him based on?
Yeah, like remember when I said to you though that I think Arsenal's probably the most hated club in the country. I think we've overtaken Manchester United. Remember I was saying that, and I put a tweet out actually, and because there's this new funny account, that's popped up on X, formerly known as Twitter, and I think it's called Hate Central, Hater Central, something like that. I can't even remember it. Yeah, and all he does is he picks out whoever he's hate watching, and he puts out all their stinkers. Yeah. And he highlighted Eze. And I just quote tweeted it and I said, yeah, man, welcome to the big league, man. Like now you're in the spotlight. You're going to just get people that just show you attention for no and any reason. And that's just because you play for Arsenal.
No,
and
there's a reason though, because now you're on the big stage, like you rightfully said.
But judging fairly, like all of a sudden he's getting a free. Doing what?
Take fairly out of it, innit? Because it's never going to be fairly, but there's going to be agendas tied to it.
That's the point. Because he's never. I don't think he's experienced agenda like he's about to experience. Basically, like all of
it's a good thing, bro. It's a good thing, bro, because that means you're doing the right things to get to the position where people are hating on you.
You know what, though, Joey? I hear you, but one thing I've realized in this life, everybody deals with everyone just deals with life differently. You get what I mean? Like, I'm watching like things even just not related to football. I'm watching like people going through stuff in the world, and all they're talking about is, oh, my mental health is being affected, and I'm just like, well, surely you knew what you were signing up for, right? But it's easy to say that as a spectator or someone else, and I might think in that situation, I think I'd be all right, to be fair. And I've never had like national coverage slating me, so maybe I don't know, innit? I don't know if I feel,
they were calling you a Webo love child, bro.
That was done. That was done there, schooling. But I have been subject to a lot of abuse from via podcast pundits, and sometimes I read it. But me, I laugh. I find it funny. Like, you get what I'm saying? My little girl asked me, "Oh, why do you laugh at this stuff?" I'm like, "Because they don't know me." Like, well, how can I let someone who don't know me affect my mood? I just find this funny. However, some people might not take that approach to these things. So, although you're saying, Joey, he should take it as a compliment, what if he's thinking he's used to being a poster boy? He's used to good PR. Like the last I saw of Eze, he was playing chess with, was it
Richard Branson? Yeah, exactly.
It was wholesome. He signs for Arsenal and now he's getting 3s out of 10s.
Was it Wizard of Oz? You're not in Kansas anymore, brother, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but I think that's the thing with England, though. They seem to they won, but they lacked inspiration. And when you look at that team, you'd think that they'd be able to do more than what they did against Andorra. I think that's why people get disappointed, because obviously we're not playing like a top tier
Do you know what it is?
international team.
It's because it's like obviously the World Cup's next summer, innit? And you're not being filled with inspiration to want to go out and buy a ticket to fly out there. That's what people want to see when they're watching England in the qualifiers. And it just so happens that guys who are being spoken of highly in the press are now playing this game, innit? So if you're hearing 70 million or 68 million, whatever the number was for Ebere Eze, you're coming down, sitting down saying, okay, cool. Well, I hate him now that he's at Arsenal and I liked him at Palace, but let's see what he can do for England. At least I can get something out of it. And you'll get watching the game and you're not really impressed with him. So you're probably going to reduce your grading of him, even though he probably was far from the worst player on the pitch. So there's that. And then obviously there's always been a black cloud over Marcus Rashford. So you're thinking same old bullshit from him as well. I think it's the hype of Andorra and what you expect from this team. They should be turning over Andorra and getting the 2-0. I'm just thinking, why is Curtis Jones not in the squad? But at the same time, I'm happy because I don't want our guys going away to play for Arsenal. I don't know if you lot saw that guy who was an Arsenal fan and he was wearing his prayer robes and he was anointing the TV every time an Arsenal player came on the screen.
The guy that used to do the content with troops.
Yeah, bro. I know all the Arsenal players, bro, when they came on the screen, bro. But, you don't. For me, there's nothing to take from it, man.
Sorry to interject there, Dre, man, but something you said there interested me there, Joey, and it kind of interlinks with something Del Estrada said not too long ago. Lee Carsley won, with under 21s or was it under 90, whatever. You mentioned Curtis Jones not being. You're happy Curtis Jones wasn't exposed to this stink fest that apparently happened, right? Is there a link as to why England players seem to be better than everybody up until a particular point? Then it's after under 17s, under 19s, under 21s, as we evolve and we get into the mature adults game, it's England gets left behind. English players get left behind. Is that what's the reason behind that? Do you guys think? Because that's not normal. How can you be winning everything? Then all of a sudden,
but that's only recent. England have only been winning things of recent. But that's because obviously,
when you say recent,
obviously with the under 21s recently, then you got under 19s. That generation is of recent. Whereas before it was Spain, Italy, Germany. Now
since
England,
St. George's, isn't it? Since St. George's,
that's the last. That's the last over 5 years, I know.
Yeah, but that's still recent, isn't it? In comparison, they weren't winning the other team. But I think what it comes down to is,
but wouldn't you see in the evolution of if it was the last 3-5 years? Do you get what I mean?
I'm not going to explain it to you. I think what the evolution comes down to is that obviously the players winning. I think England are always been stronger than most teams, but now they've got the technique to go with it in all these younger generations. But the difference is that who was what was his name? Phil Foden, a couple of years when he won, I think he was player of the tournament. He goes to Man City, he sits on the bench. What's his name for Liverpool?
Harvey Elliott.
Harvey Elliott, player of the tournament. He sits on the bench for Liverpool. Whereas all these other players, like let's say the striker for Germany that Newcastle just bought, he was going to be playing week in, week out for Stuttgart. So the more games you play, obviously the more you improve. Whereas all these England players, they just get stockpiled on the bench for their respective clubs, and all these others in the European teams, they play week in, week out. Then what happens is that these English teams, they then go and fork out 100 million for a striker who. No, I'm talking about the German striker. Fair enough, he may be good, but he wasn't the player of the tournament. It should be the other way around, whereby England continues to improve, but because of the pool of players in each of these clubs, they're not getting game time unless they have to do what Harvey Elliott's done is go down a level. But if that's what you have to do, that's what you have to do.
Or even what Bellingham done because he went Germany.
Oh God,
it's true. But I was going to say with England though, hasn't it been the same since we were young though? Because if you think about it, England always had stars in their team, but then it was trying to fit all these stars into 11 people on the pitch.
I'm not sure. I don't think people were following the England youth under 18s, under 21s as
not particularly.
Probably are now though. But I mean, to your point, Della, because I think is that from the Rio and Owen?
Yeah. Sorry,
I think the Sandra LT. Big up.
Oh yeah.
He said the similar thing, and you're right. It's exactly that. It's like they obviously they've got the freedom to express themselves in under 21s, under 18s, and even in the Premier League under 18s, under 21s. And it seems like clubs they're more confident in spending the money on players that have a larger data pool in foreign leagues compared to obviously the taking a chance on youth, because the youth they haven't really got the experience or the competitive experience to show that their levels are not, and that needs to change. That definitely needs to change.
No, but we know why though. You know why though? Because like the stakes are different. The stakes are higher in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Bro. There's just so much money on the line, bro. Like getting relegated because you made a mistake on your striker is just not a possibility. Whereas like if Eintracht Frankfurt if Stuttgart got relegated, it's not going to make ripples in the ocean. If I'm going to be completely honest, I'm not even sure how long.
What's Stuttgart getting relegated? What's Stuttgart getting relegated got to do with you buying a player from Germany instead of you buying a player from a younger player from England?
No, so I'm saying like if for example I'm Everton.
He's basically saying there's so much money on the line in English football. Like there's so much at stake that you have
TV
to
rights.
try and TV rights. You have to try and protect that potential investment or protect that opportunity to rake in the money by basically going for players that are basically a bit more proven. Which is
quotation marks proven.
Yeah, exactly. Which is kind of the issue that we're discussing here, because ultimately these players that go from Spain, France, Portugal, Germany, and alike, they go and they apply their trade abroad where they're getting to play 50, 60 games a season, yeah. So they're getting experience. They're building their techers. They're getting coaching at the highest level. Sometimes they're going into exactly. They're playing different competitions, European, their domestic competitions. And then they get to like 23, 24, 25, and then they end up being way more advanced than our English players that are at a similar age, because like you mentioned, Del Estrada, our English players have been sitting on the bench. So now the Premier League clubs can't go and pick up those players that have been in the bench for Manchester City, or on the bench for Liverpool, or on the bench for Chelsea, or on the bench for Arsenal, or the bench for Manchester United. They're going to go for those players, those foreign young exports that have been playing 30, 40, 50 games a season, because you're finding that you're getting experienced wonder kids, like how Arsenal went for Martin Odegaard, for instance. Do you get what I'm saying? Like he was a guy that had played so much games at a higher level, but he was a young player. So it's like you're getting almost the best of both worlds. So I think that's what the issue is. So a question, I say all that, and I'm going to ask you all a question.
So before you ask a question, let's start on this subject. I agree with what you said. Yeah, it's all about the data and having more games. I'm just still confused about Joey's point about Stuttgart getting relegated.
No, I think that was a slip of the tongue. I think
no. Let me say what it is, because if Stuttgart get relegated, for example, you go from Bundesliga 1 to Bundesliga 2. The drop in revenue is not as astronomical as the drop in revenue from the Premier League to Championship. There's more at stake for not having a striker or not having a winger that is going to deliver what the data says Voltemade will deliver compared to what the data says Harvey Elliott will deliver. So my thing, obviously, me watching Harvey Elliott, I think he's a banging player. I think he should be playing in the Champions League because he's shown that he can play in the Champions League. But I was having a back and forth with Don about him for some time, and Don was like, okay, so why is no club in the Champions League coming from? Why is clubs in the European Conference League coming from? And I can't disagree, even though I think on the eye test he's a quality player, bro, but I can't prove it based off of that. So now he's playing in the Europa League for Aston Villa, and now Voltemade is playing in the Champions League. I don't think there's, like you said, I don't think there's much difference, but the fact is, Stuttgart can afford to play Voltemade game in, game out. They can afford to, whereas Aston Villa can't until they now have to desperate to get players in. Like Aston Villa should have copped him a long time ago.
So you see,
they're getting on deadline day.
If you guys like let's imagine like we all had like sons instead of daughters. Big you up, Della, because I know you got a son already. Yeah, but the rest of us that got daughters, yeah, I'll big you up, Marley Ma. Yours is rolling. Yours is coming soon. Yeah. Would you now? Let's say like our boys are all ballers, yeah. Would you prefer your boy to come up through the English academy system, knowing the way that our boys get neglected after a certain age, or would you prefer them take the route, let's say the Bellinghams have taken, where they ply their trade abroad, learn their craft, play game after game after game after game, and then get the kind of education that, let's say, Jude is getting, whereby now he's, a talisman at Real Madrid and, a mainstay in the England team just because of the route that he's taken. What would you do? Like, would you now say the way that the England game is progressing is probably good? It would probably make sense for you to take your player outside of England in order for them to actually develop at the rate that you want them to develop. And if you would do that, is that a problem in the English game?
Ironically, I think I'll do. Yeah, you go where you're going to get game time, innit? That's essentially the most important thing, and that's what younger players need to be doing. So I'll do the Madueke route. Like, he started off in all these English clubs, and I think he went to Holland at the age of 16, and now he's come back into the Prem, and now he's becoming more established. And people talk about Arsenal signing him and this, that, one, but if you're looking at data, he's got a lot more data than some other players, just based on the fact that he was a first team regular at PSV. So I will do the route of going down the route where you're going to get more game time. And is it an issue for the English system? To some extent, yes and no. Because the same way you're taking a chance on a player that's playing in Germany or Portugal because you've got their data. There's loads of players in the championship who have built up the data that they're not taking a chance on. Wharton came from the championship, and all of a sudden he's like, he's the best thing to slice bread. But there's a lot of players in the championship. It's just what football's come to a place where it's become very, 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 very lazy. People, let's use Jock as an example. People see the stats and everyone's like, yeah, let's go and get him. But I'll say to everyone, have you actually watched him? No, but let's go and get him. And then when you see him firsthand, you're like, this ain't the guy that I thought I'd be getting. What everyone just needs to do is scouting.
We also said about the Portuguese league. We said that. We said about the Portuguese league as well.
I wouldn't say lazy. I wouldn't say lazy. No, I say it's more risk. No, I say it's more risk averse because, like I said,
but it's still risky.
Yeah,
because
you haven't done your research. But there's more data pools, for example, for example, if I take all the young players who have gone abroad, there's more players that haven't done well from going abroad that have done well from going abroad. Do you know what I mean? Like we can reel off a lot of a big list of players who have gone abroad and haven't necessarily excelled. So like I'll say your Maduekes and your Bellinghams are the minorities in my opinion.
But I don't think there's a lot of there hasn't been a lot that's gone abroad whereby you can use a lot of sample. You got a lot more sample of players that stayed here.
And he's done well.
Yeah, he went abroad in the latter stages. Not saying
sorry, that my point is that in terms of them going for guys from abroad and from not from the championship. It's not that they don't scout them and then they don't think these guys are thingy. I think again is like, if I sign this guy from the championship, how long am I just going to be paying this guy's salary and then he's going to go straight back down to where he belongs? Or do the numbers of the people signing from the Portuguese league or from the German league, they kind of provide better return on investment than these other guys?
Yeah, I hear Della's point with regards to it being somewhat lazy. I think based on obviously I'm only going to probably remember the ones that I've actually worked, but you look at the Morgan Rogerses, the Whartons, obviously another good point. He also has come from the lower leagues and excelled. I'm sure there's others, but it seems like
Liverpool, there's loads, bro.
Rob Robinson, for instance, that's Rob Holding. There's a few, and it seems like for some reason or another, and why I probably say is lazy. It seems like big clubs don't make those moves as much as they probably should do. Being that obviously when a new player comes from another league, what's the criteria we usually apply to them, whether or not they're going to do well? Does that league match to what the English league is? Like that's a main part of whether or not they're going to be successful.
You're talking about the championship.
No, I'm talking about
what's the success pool from that? Dan James, we took him from lower
Dan
leagues.
James from Leeds.
Was he forged a career, but was he successful?
I would say no.
Yeah, but how many have been successful coming from abroad into the Prem?
Exactly. And it's way more
Vieira,
happens. Yeah,
Tavares, Lukonga, that's what's coming in, and then
but
you're always going to get.
No, you will, but buying foreign imports in the Premier League is kind of a more proven successul.
Yeah, because you did it more.
But yeah,
you did it more. That's right.
That lends to Della's point to saying it's a bit lazy. Like if you're using the data pool to find players from other leagues, and I would imagine they're probably doing it maybe because they're a little bit cheaper. I personally, and I've said it as well, I don't think
Morton's 20 mil.
Enough with 7 million.
20 mil for Adam Morton.
Well, yeah, and he's a baller. I don't think enough of it happens, and it's actually a shame, bro. It's actually a massive shame because obviously then we speak about England and players not having enough game time and then having to move abroad. It's a shame, really.
Is that because they don't? Go on, Strobes.
No, you go for it.
No, I was going to say, is that because a lot of these players as well, they don't tend to go to other Premier League teams? Like obviously Rashford did it. He went to Aston Villa. Sancho's going to do it now. They go to Aston Villa. But I'm saying like other players, they don't always tend to go for like a lower league team compared to. So say if they were at Arsenal, for instance, they wouldn't go for like a team probably in the same league that's probably like lower down. I don't see it as often. I think they prefer the route.
Those are players that have kind of like they've had a career, they've had their spot in the limelight, and now they're looking for a resurgence or a second chance. Whereas I feel like we're more speaking towards the younger player that still has their career ahead of them, and they haven't hit their prime yet. And in order to hit your prime, you need game time at competitive and at a high level, so to speak. So I think we're more speaking more towards the players that are, let's say your Ethan Ranieri's, for instance.
Yeah.
Like, he's a player that should be playing a lot of football, but he's at Arsenal Football Club where the competition for places is so high. So maybe you think...
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, though. Someone like him, I'm saying like the good youthful players, I can't see them dropping and go into like a lower league, a lower position team in the Premier League for some reason. I'd see their preferences abroad.
It depends on how locked in they are in their career. Some guys recognize that they just need to play and they will leave. Others would see being at Arsenal as the pinnacle. I'm going to try and figure out. Say for instance, like a Foden who for over the years hasn't got as much minutes as probably fans thought he should have had. Like other players might have left after that, but Foden he stuck around and boy.
So let me ask you guys a question. Using the Wanyeri. So if he was him, would you stay at Arsenal? Bear in mind they brought in all these players now. So you're going to get game time, but your game time is going to be limited. Or if you had the opportunity to go to a club like West Ham, you say, I'm going to go to West Ham because I'm going to play more. But obviously, you're not playing in the same level of players.
I'm going to play. I'm gonna have a chat with my gaffer. I'm going to tell him like obvly my future.
What, loan or leave?
Yeah,
loan.
Loan.
That's
what Manu done.
But why not leave? Because you're going to go alone. You're going to come back to the same situation.
No, because in my mind, I'd rate myself and think that I can probably get into this Arsenal team, but I'm not gonna get the opportunity to show you that I can get into the Arsenal team because I'm not that unless someone gets an injury or what have you. I'm not going to get a chance to ply my trade. So Gaffer, if it's all right by you, if you don't think you're going to need me as much, like obviously I'm putting the decision in your hands. But if possible, put me on the transfer list for loan because I'd love to go and pick up, learn my trade, show you why when I come back, you need to be considering me for first team football. I'd back myself, but that's my personality type. You get what I mean? But I think, I think players should, like someone like Onaneri, he can go on a loan somewhere and know that he's coming back to play because he can probably he's shown that he can play for Arsenal, but there's just players that are ahead of him. They're more experienced, potentially better than him at the moment. But if he plays more games, I think he would climb up that pecking order.
But exactly, but that's what I was saying in terms of the rate that these footballers are coming through now. So they're coming through even younger, and then they're in their minds they're thinking, all I want to do is I want to play. So say again, it might be Ranieri, it might be, it might be another young player coming through the ranks at a very top club. In their mind, they might actually just think, I just want to stay at this club. I want to get into that team and show them what I've got. Whereas in the long term, if they played more games in the Premier League, maybe for a lower league team where they'd play week in, week out, they could showcase what they have and then go back and, like you said, get in the team. But they're so focused at getting into that first team, bro.
Yeah, some managers don't want their players to play for other managers in a lower team where they feel like what they're going to learn there is going to be counterproductive. In the Premier League.
That's why I asked the question. It's not a thing I've learned. You have to go because if let's say Wenger will probably say I think he, for example, he loaned out what's his name, Gnabry to is it West Brom?
Tony Pulis,
Tony Pulis, which didn't make any sense because that side of play didn't work out. Hence why Tony Pulis goes, this guy ain't working. So if you're going to take someone out on loan, if you're going to say 1 year you need to go on loan, you need to be careful and very selective in the club that you send him to. But obviously, if we do a full circle and to your question, you initially asked as to why are England dominating the youth ranks, but then struggling to do it in the senior level. That's what it comes down to. Because what does Ranieri say? Okay, right, I'm going to go on loan. No. If you go on loan, it's like your manager going to say, no, you can't go here, you can't go here. He has to leave. And to what Dre said is like, does he make a decision? Say, you know what? I'm going to leave Arsenal where I've been here for so long. I'm this close to the first team, and go and play for West Ham. That's the only option. There's no loan about it. You have to leave, or you sit on the bench and work your way into the squad.
So you're saying that basically players need to take risks.
Yeah, they need to. If you, as you said, if you believe in yourself, that's the same thing Cole Palmer did. Man City was like, I think he wanted to go and loan to Burnley. Then Man City go, no, you have to leave, and he's like, okay, cool, I'll go.
Right. Do you know what? Also, sorry, just to answer why they're so successful as well. Like, obviously, there was a concerted effort to invest in coaching. They built St. George's and all of that kind of stuff. So, I've been speaking to quite a few people, especially people who've got kids in academies. The level of coaching, even outside of county and academy, grade tier 2 or tier 1 academies, has gone up so much that the pool of talent has increased. But
we've got to find a way for it to follow through, though, don't we?
Yeah. Sorry. So like at that level, compared to like Spain and like Andorra, all them countries, the level was so high. But again, the ability to get your hours and get your vocational hours up on the pitch is limited. So it makes sense that there's a drop off at that point.
Fair dues, fair dues.
It's interesting.
Yeah, man. Say for whom, boys.
That's cool. Obviously, just one other star performance, I should say, probably the guy who really stood out was Elliot Anderson. Solid debut for the Nottingham Forest midfielder. Looked comfortable, taking the ball in possession. And also when I saw the highlights, he was like marshalling the space in front of the England back four. So I guess Tuchel's taking, not risks, but he's trying to experiment, obviously, in terms of what his best 11 is. But when I look at it, because everyone was moaning about Southgate, and I know, remember you, Stripes, I think he was a big fan of Southgate.
Well, a big fan. I just thought that we might end up missing him. You're gonna regret him gone, and I think that's what's happening.
Yeah, and this is my whole point. That's what I'm leading on to now.
And what Jay question? It's interesting you said about Southgate, because Southgate he's doing it on Arteta. He probably got England like close enough. But you're like, no, let's keep him. But for Arsenal, you're like, no, he's got to go. Why is there this spirit?
I love Arsenal more than I love England.
Nah, he wants Southgate at Arsenal, bro. That's all it is.
And I don't mean that. Like, I don't mean that disparagingly to England. It's just like I feel like I can wait a little bit longer for what Southgate might have been building with England than I can for Arsenal, considering I've been waiting for 20 plus years. So I just think it's all context, and there's a context, and it's all nuanced, isn't it? So Arteta, I think, can be a good manager, but like I said, I did a reaction vid to Arsenal versus Liverpool. Go watch that, guys. Check it out on the Podcast Pundits channel. Yeah, like literally, I just think that Arteta has this season to show what he's made of, because this year he's been backed by the sporting director. He's got these players. So if I'm correct that he's going to go on and be successful elsewhere, he should be successful this year with Arsenal.
For sure.
Yeah, Dre, just your to respond to your answer, England had it right when they hired Lee Carsley, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think Della might be of the same opinion. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like Lee Carsley, we saw something different. We saw graduation of blooding of new players from the previous winners of the tournaments. That we saw the graduation that Strive was talking about, and then they just completely scrapped it, bro. Like, for the sake of what? Getting in somebody who they think they can get quick, cheap thrills from. That's not going to be the case, bro. Like, I never, honestly speaking, obviously he won the Champions League, but I never even rated him as a league manager as highly as some of these other managers. So why go down the route of Thomas Tuchel? It was just such a surprise for me, man.
As soon as England, the hierarchy saw him bring back Henderson, they should have done what Leverkusen done to me.
No, I don't coincide that.
That's what they should have done.
Hey, now talking about the hot topics of football, I'll go on for Daniel Levy, please.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I was listening to one Simon Jordan break it down. It's definitely not just his decision. That's something
you think there's a scandal that's about to follow?
I wouldn't say a scandal. Maybe a falling out. Maybe there's just been disagreement with the future of where the club should be going, and they've just decided that they couldn't agree, and Daniel Levy's decided to dip. It's definitely a reason outside of, or football related reason. I don't necessarily think it's a scandal. What kind of scandal could you think of after so many years? I think it's just probably just a disagreement, and if it said this is let's call it a day from now. It's interesting to see what happens after this, though, because obviously he's been the figurehead of Tottenham and not being successful, and the club not winning any trophies. So
he's also been the figurehead of them being run so proficiently, financially literate. So it's interesting. Let's see what happens in the future.
He's not the majority shareholder, is he?
I thought he was. That's why I always thought that he would leave on his terms.
I don't think he is, man. I think he's in his position based off of a board confidence, isn't it? Like, he's been elected as the official, but apparently Amanda Staveley and her
I was going to say that
to buy his share out, but I think he said he's not selling up.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say that apparently she's linked with Spurs, but apparently they're denying it. So be interesting if she does that move from, obviously she's left Newcastle, but then to go straight to Spurs. Be interesting.
What's her background? Yeah. Where did she come from? Because before Newcastle, I've never heard of this woman ever, but now she's
apparently she helped Newcastle. You know, when she was part of the Saudi consortium.
The PIF.
Yeah.
What did she do?
She like a broker then, because she wasn't working for what's the name, Sports Direct, man, Mike Ashley.
Mike Ashley.
Let me
because she was there before the Saudis took over, but
from what I remember, she was like a director at Newcastle, basically. She had
under Mike Ashley.
No. She was part of the consultant.
She was part of the Saudi stuff. So when the Saudi consortium took over, she was a director of Newcastle.
Oh, and then she left.
She left.
Oh,
yeah, she's left them.
Okay.
Yeah, so now she's obviously being linked to Spurs, but who knows what can happen.
Well, nice.
But yeah, it's crazy. Football's a crazy game, man. But yeah, so quickly before we wrap up this England section, obviously England have Serbia next.
England,
Serbia next, bro. It's a tough choice that they got to play. That's probably their toughest game coming up. So they need to kind of show us what they got. Obviously, probably there's going to be more coverage on probably the racist chants rather than the football going on, because obviously that's what people are worried about.
Is Serbia known for racial abuse?
Yeah, quite a lot actually.
Big time, buddy.
Yeah.
We'll be able to see Šeško. I already got a 2 out of 10 on his last performance.
Serbia.
No,
Šeško's in Slovenia.
Montenegro.
Slovenia,
Slovenia. Okay.
Yeah, he played today. He played today still.
Oh, they played Sweden. Sorry, they played Sweden. They played
Oh,
Sweden.
you thought Šeško was from Montenegro?
Montenegro, bro.
That's where Don Grills is right now. I don't know why he's there, but he's just
It's a beautiful country, apparently. But I wouldn't be surprised, bro. But yeah.
But yeah, so obviously, I think Tuchel has to hopefully go into that game and needs to be a bit more convincing than Andorra, even though that'll be a tougher test. But
does he though?
What are they
going to do? They're going to sack him before the World Cup, bro. That's not happening.
I don't think they'll sack him, but I just get to the point. I just get to the point now where it's like, obviously, we've got a World Cup coming up, and nobody really knows what England team he's sort of like heading towards. Because obviously, you're going to get players that play better and that come into the team, that come into the squad. You're going to get players that get dropped, but then we're never really going to have like a core 11 or like at least a few players in there that we go, yeah, they're definitely going to be in there. Because at this moment in time, I still feel like he's experimenting.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're going into a major tournament, if you look at a lot of these teams, okay, they might do like a few additions here and there or a few changes, but you can kind of always see like a little bit of a core in a team. Whereas England, I'm not really sure what route we're going down.
Obviously, the core, there's Harry Kane, Saka, and Pickford.
Yeah,
and maybe Declan Rice. The back four.
Yeah,
he loves Reece James, but Reece James, if he's not fit, then you don't know who's going to be there. It seems to like MLS, but yeah, there isn't a core. I'll listen to Simon Jordan today, and what he was saying is Tuchel's probably been brought in to make the decisions Southgate wasn't able to make. But right. I heard that maybe he can be more decisive, but at the same time, are we sure that he can get him into that position where he can make those decisions that Southgate couldn't make? Because right now, this team, it's scary playing Dan Burn at left back, and you're thinking not left back, left centre back, and you're going to go and play against Mbappe. Or not? Obviously, he's done it against PSG before, but I'm just going to say that squad. Okay, imagine this. Imagine a world of this. Dan Burn, left centre back. Declan Rice is injured. Jordan Henderson playing DM. Like, come on. England can't be going like that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
No, I don't know that.
He might need to just reintroduce Ben White, man.
Yeah. No, I think he probably would, but obviously he was injured this turned around. But Joey, I know you said you didn't care, but do you not care that Curtis Jones isn't getting called up to the squad because he's done all? Okay, was he part of the under 21 squad?
No, Curtis Jones was the
previous one that won. But obviously, he's won the Prem. He's been playing relatively well since the start of this season, and he doesn't get called up.
No, so he was part of the last England. Was it who's? I think he played.
That was Carsley. That was Carsley.
Oh, he hasn't played on the Tuchel. No, he played on the Tuchel. I think still. When
did he?
Maybe it was. Maybe you're right.
No, I don't think so.
No, I'm not. To answer your question, no, because I remember I was having a discussion the other day with Jeezy regarding Adam Wharton versus Kobbie Mainoo, and one of MJ Marley's rebuttals to me was Wharton only played like 30 minutes. And my thing is like, bro, like I don't really consider the inclusions of Gareth Southgate and even Thomas Tuchel to be fair. Like, if they're not able to see that this guy offers something different or a different dimension, which we saw in that Liverpool Arsenal game as well, then more fool them in it. Like, so that's why I slightly don't even watch England when they play, man, because the managers who are choosing the teams were like, there's a lot of just they're not adept. They're not adept, and I've never been satisfied. I can't remember the last time I was satisfied with England manager. Maybe Terry Venables were in Euro '96, and I cried that one, bro. So that's it. I don't cry for England no more, bro. My dad told me who I should be crying for, bro.
And do you even cry for him?
No, I can't cry for him, bro. I'm in no man's land now when it comes to international football, boy.
Right. Anyway, let's move on from England. I think we've done enough of England at the moment.
Like Nigeria, we beat Rwanda 1-0.
Rwanda?
Bro, if we don't beat South Africa, we're not going to World Cup.
Yeah, that man. I watched about 6 minutes of it and then I fell asleep.
Wow, avid fan, man. But anyway, let's move on from internationals. I think we all know it's a bit difficult going from the Prem to internationals. But obviously, there's a big debate out there going around on the World Wide Web. Michael Owen or Wayne Rooney. So you've got the teenage sensation who burned bright, or the all-rounder who lasted the distance. So in your eyes, I would say, who really left the bigger mark on English football?
Oh, that's a. When you phrase the question like that, it's a bit unfair.
It's a no-brainer, really.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer because
yeah.
obviously Rooney went on to break the all-time record, no?
No.
Or was he close to Shearer? I don't know.
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, Premier League, I think it was.
Premier League record for
Man United. Man United.
Is it an all-time record holder for?
No, I don't think he's close to Shearer. Still, Shearer's got a big gap between him and number 2. Yeah.
No, Harry Kane broken or close to it, whatever. But yeah, I think the question is a bit unfair because one of them had like injury that more or less like ruined his career or made him change his game. But I was doing my research on Owen. You know, sometimes when you watch football and you're in that time, you don't. Yeah. You knew Owen was good. You know,
you don't give them enough flowers, innit?
Yeah, then you watch him back and you saw the things that he'd done at the age of 17, 18. When he even said it himself. I was on Twitter, and I think BBC done the poll with who's better between Michael Owen and Wayne Rooney, and Michael Owen responded, and that's when he said, at the age of 17, I scored the I think top goal scorer in the Prem and 18. No one's ever done it like me, whatever. There's some said in the comments like, out of anyone in the world, I don't think it was either you or Rooney was meant to respond to this tweet. It was meant to be the world.
No, but you know what? No, I'm hearing him still. Sometimes you got to figure, man. Sometimes you got to blow your own trumpet, man. Because like no one's doing it for him. I think Joey, you said it in one of the group chats. Like he's. But I don't know if it was you who said it or maybe it was someone in another group chat I'm in. But Michael Owen, like Michael Owen doesn't have anybody that kind of like props him up as a legend because of I don't know I don't know if it's because he left Liverpool, went to Manchester United.
100%, that's it. The way he left Liverpool, we're not gonna blow his.
He's a nomad in the sense that like he hasn't got anywhere to plant his flag. Essentially, like he's obviously been to quite a few flags, but no one's really. He hasn't been anywhere long enough for a fan base to actually take him or accept him as one of their heroes, kind of thing, innit? Like so, man, he has to big up his own chest, bro.
What he did for Liverpool though was phenomenal. I still remember that guy. Like Joey was talking about the times when he last cried, and I still remember my 2 times. I think when England lost to Germany in 1996, the Euros, and when Liverpool
scored the 2 goals.
Yeah, when Owen scored the 2 goals for thinking. My brother
is that the one when he done the front flip, not front flip, or the cartwheel when he celebrated?
I think it's a front flip.
Yeah. Bro, my brother still laughs about this to this day. I cried, man. I cried. I was on the balcony crying in the block.
What when the FA Cup final one?
Yeah, the FA Cup final. I was this close, bro, from silverware, and that little run, he broke my heart, bro. Those are the 2 times. And I can't remember. And I genuinely can't remember crying since, like genuinely, because I struggle to cry. Like, as in, it's something I seek therapy for. But like those two times I remember. And Michael Owen, like when he's talking his shit, I'm like, bro, you talk your shit, bro. Like I agree. You know, about 17 and 18.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Madness.
Yeah, man. He did his thing. Injuries ruined it for him, to be fair. Changed his game, like Della said. So, but obviously, when you look at them as youngsters, Owen was a better youngster than Rooney. I agree with Owen. But when you look at the totality of their game and what both went on to achieve, they both went on to achieve good things. But Rooney was the better player overall, 100%.
Was it better over like all rounder?
Yeah, 100%. 100%, man.
It is a shame though, because sometimes I did think about like what would have been of Michael Owen if he didn't pick up those injuries. Would he have been like killing those records in terms of goals? Because the way he started, it looked like there was no stopping that guy.
Yeah, man.
People were saying that he's a pace merchant, though, bro. They're saying,
well, was he a pace merchant?
That's what people are saying, isn't it?
How many goals did he
I won't
score in
be
like
able to
5 seasons for United? What was that, 5 goals?
You're an
Who,
idiot.
Mike Owen?
Some important ones, huh? Got some important ones.
He's
Wait,
got
how
some
long was he at
important
Man
ones.
United for?
He
You went
did
at Man
get
United
some.
for
He did
5
get some
seasons.
important ones, but was he not
That
there?
last minute derby winner, I remember that, man.
There's no way he was there for 5 seasons, bro.
He did that gay jump, man. He did that gay jump when he
was there
scored.
for, was it 2 seasons, maybe even 1, maybe. He wasn't there for long at all.
3 seasons.
No.
Did he win anything at United?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Premier League.
I think he's come
Oh,
back to Premier League. That's his Prem title. And that's why I'm
He's
laughing
won the
because
title.
yeah, he's got a Prem title with United. Oh
That's
man,
crazy.
So,
Man.
but Jerry, how long was he at Liverpool for?
2 seasons.
2.
was it just 2?
2
No.
academy and 2. Wait, hang on. Let me double check. Hang on.
He only had 2 seasons when he was 17 and 18. Then he went to Real
No.
Madrid.
He was there for like 3-4 seasons.
Then he went to Real Madrid, right?
Yeah.
Did he win the Ballon d'Or? Was that with Liverpool or Real Madrid?
I think it was after his
thought-
Liverpool season, his last Liverpool
Yeah, I
season.
thought it was
so it's kinda
Liverpool.
in between. It was in between Real Madrid and Liverpool.
When did you go to Liverpool? In Jan or summer?
What, Real
I
Madrid?
mean, Real Madrid, yeah.
No, he went in the summer on a free, I think.
Okay.
If my
So,
memory
But,
serves me
but
right.
if he never went to United, do you think he would still had a home at Liverpool for the fans?
No, I don't think so, because I think the way he went to Real Madrid is the problem. Kind of like how Steve McManaman went to Real Madrid.
Yeah, that's true.
So
What,
people
seeing out their contracts?
Yeah.
Yeah, not getting a transfer fee, basically.
Oh yeah.
I think I can't remember exactly, but I feel like I've seen like content from Michael Owen speaking to the fact that he was unhappy with the way he left Liverpool and it was kind of out of his hands somewhat. I can't remember exactly what the story is behind it.
Bro, he had to go, bro, man. Like obviously,
That's
you
what- yeah,
have to do it in a way
that's
that's
what-
different.
out of his hand. What do you mean? It's Real Madrid.
Right.
It's crazy.
But Liverpool fans don't care about that.
Yeah.
Evidently not, bro. Because Trent goes back, bro. He's getting firebombed, bro.
Well, yeah, he has to come back. Well, but you're on the bench by the looks of it, but he has to come back for Champions
Oh,
League.
you got them in their Champions League.
Yeah, bro, at Anfield.
Oh, brilliant.
It's fake, isn't it, bro?
That'd
It's
be
so
great.
scripted, bro.
Brilliant.
Flipping wrestling.
so-
Champions League
so
has
what-
become wrestling, bro.
So what we saying though? We're saying so basically in the youth before his injuries, it was Michael Owen, and then it was Rooney just for a sustained period.
No, to answer the whole question in totality, is Wayne Rooney in it, bro.
Yeah, of course. In terms of career, it's got.
Yeah, but in terms of you,
But
you can't
Ballon
say
d'Or,
Michael
Ballon
Owen.
d'Or is not an easy feat, man.
and
It's not, bro.
he got at 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's
Eight.
yeah.
18.
I'll be honest. I don't really remember Owen like that.
No, he was.
Unquestionably. Like I wouldn't even begin to shade him. I just don't really recall him. Particularly that season when he won the Ballon d'Or. I'm even wondering like what did he actually do?
What did he even do?
Yeah,
goals.
what I'll say at that time.
Yeah.
At that time, I know that he was a nasty goal scorer.
Yeah,
But my
proper.
understanding of football wasn't developed enough for me to compare and contrast it to what I knew about football when Wayne Rooney was doing this thing. So I know that Wayne Rooney was something to behold, bro.
Yeah,
I didn't think that at the time of Michael Owen because I didn't really understand the game like that.
Yeah, because with Rooney's thing was that he was a real boy playing against men, not looking like he's a boy. He was just a brute, bruv.
Trust me, man. Lobbing David Seaman like no man's business.
Big ups.
Who scored more bangers, Rooney or Owen?
Obviously, Wayne Rooney, bro.
I mean, Rooney.
Michael Owen is a goal scorer. He's not a spectacular goal scorer, even though his finishes were clean. He's a finisher.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He had some clean finishes, bro. When I think about
dink,
it,
bro.
that dink was nasty. Oh, cool. All right, cool. Let's move on.
How does he when he scored that goal against Argentina?
Rooney
He was
He was
young.
17.
No, it was Owen.
Owen.
I think he was 17 when he
17,
I think he was 17. Yeah.
Yeah, he deserves his flowers, man.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
he definitely does. If you think
Well,
about how
who's gonna give it to him, bro? There's no one there to deliver his flowers, bro. I think he's gonna have to be Newcastle fans that do it, bro.
And I think that's what comes with the shame of it, because if you think about it, Michael Owen is not really seen like that in that kind of light. It's only when, like, I think obviously Rio was talking to him as well, and then he brings out the Ballon d'Or, and then even I was watching it going, "Oh, Ballon d'Or."
Yeah, but you're only as good as your last game in the world of football, bro. Look how they're treating my boy Raheem Sterling, bro. He was ripping it, bro. Once upon a time, bro. Now he's a scrub.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you can't say as bad as a bad game. He done a whole season, bro.
Who? Raheem?
Yeah.
No, but that's
two seasons even, bro.
So Owen obviously not in literally a bad game, but like the tail end of his career is nothing like the first part of his career, and he's not viewed as like as a top don, bro. Someone with a Ballon d'Or, bro.
What I'll say is that Raheem Sterling will possibly be able to go back to Man City and be held for what he did at Man City, or maybe even have an ambassadorial role. Michael Owen can't go back and get an ambassadorial role with any of these clubs, bro.
Do you think? I'm even thinking about it now. Do you think?
I think he's got more of a stake for Man City ambassador role than Michael Owen has at any of his clubs.
If Michael Owen didn't go to Man United, but for him, it's like I want a friend, so
he just wanted.
He sleeps well.
No, but like, let's just say, for example, you know, when you get to like, obviously Man United just scrapped their Legends charity fee that they used to pay out all of these old guys.
Yeah,
but let's say, for example, if you got to 70 and you need a check, I think Raheem Sterling will be able to go to Man City, get a little, come to the game, sit down, and will give you like a bit of money every year. I don't know if Michael Owen's getting that from any of his clubs.
Yeah, I would hope so. He's done a lot for City, so and he's not a scrub as well, by the way.
He was never a scrub, yeah.
So what you're saying, Jules, is that is it Masters League they call it? What's when they don't
back in the days?
Not Master League, but you see they'll play them when they go and play for who is this?
Gerard 11 or something.
Legends. Raheem Sterling could go and play for Man City.
Yeah, he'll always get a call to play for Man City Legends.
But Michael Owen can't play for anybody.
No, maybe if Steven Gerrard is doing Gerrard's Legends, he might call him as a friend, but the club won't contact him as a legend.
I feel like Owen played for United Legends, you know. But that doesn't count because
exactly. No, but so when he plays for them,
exactly, bro. Let's not count that
because it will be like Rio Ferdinand's Legends and Rio Ferdinand. But Man United won't contact him directly, bro. Like he's going for proxy, bro.
For sure not. Yeah. If it was like a Sir Alex Ferguson, like I'm not going to say the moral match, God forbid, but like a testimonial, for instance. Like they're not going to call on Owen as one of the legends. They're going to.
Van Persie gets called way before Michael Owen.
Facts.
100%. Cool, interesting to see everyone's point, but I'm guessing we all probably had the same thoughts. Again, Premier League is back at the end of the week. It's a big derby on the cards, Marley Ma. What are you thinking, bro?
I'm actually.
Are you away or home? Sorry.
Man United are playing at away, so at their
okay. I thought so.
Is it considered a big derby anymore?
It's not a derby, Manchester derby at least.
Yeah, it's not a big one. It's a big derby. I mean, people always look forward to it. I mean, whether or not we're playing good or bad, everyone tunes into Manchester United. Let's be honest, bro, because they want to see whether or not we're going to be still slinking, which is obviously the highlight of people's weekends. But for United fans, obviously, we want to see that improvements have been made. I don't know. It's I'm more confident now that I know that Onana's not a selection option. I know that much.
Yeah, he's in Turkey now.
Is in Turkey. I probably think Wayne is gonna start. So a little bit concerning that because I know he's not fantastic in certain areas or certain.
Who do you prefer, Bayern or Nana?
Bayern there. Yeah, Bayern there for sure. I was gonna say, what are you saying? He doesn't want to take a pump with lemons just quickly.
I would. I personally would because based on again, it's all data related because that's all I've already seen and obviously some highlights as well. He looks like he's, as I keep on saying this word fundamentals, but in terms of what I expect from my goalkeeper, he seems to have that in a fair amount. The only problem is that it is a big, massive game. You're playing away from home against Man City. So for that reason alone, you probably wouldn't want to throw him in the deep end. Play someone that is familiar with the Premier League and familiar with the club. And how I guess the three at the back operates in this system. So pray Brian Deer. It's probably a great time to play Man City. Man City ain't particularly playing great at the minute. Man United we're looking all right. Obviously the results are the results. We've drawn one, lost one, 1-1. But in terms of performance, we're looking all right. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the game. I'm not as nervous as I would usually be. Like last season when we finished 15th, I would have been nervous in that game. I'm a little bit more excited.
Who does he start as a DM? Does he go with Casemiro?
Well, Cunha's out, right? So what he
may potentially just be on the bench.
Who?
Cunha, he may be.
Yeah, I think he'll be in the bench. But what I think he'll do is I think he should play Bruno further up. So in the tens, it will be Bruno and Mbeumo, and I'd probably start Sesko. No, you'd have to start Sesko because Mount's out as well. And then in midfield, I would personally put Ugarte and Mainu, but he's probably going to do Ugarte and Casemiro.
Yeah, probably.
So yeah,
he's going to try and keep it safe. What about
but
predictions?
It'll be a good game. Obviously, we're going to be watching it in sunny Barcelona.
Do you think you're going to win that game, or you should win that game?
4:30. So I think it'll be. Are they 1 hour ahead or two?
On what day?
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you think you're going to win that game, or you should win that game based on where Man City are?
It's away from. It generally could go either way. We could win, lose, or draw, man. I'm probably leaning more towards a draw. I would hope. But yeah.
Wait, on that draw, is it draw to double chance Man City or double chance Man United?
I would say double chance Man United. I think we're playing better.
No, I thought you should be feeling quite confident considering how you played against Arsenal and how.
Win, draw, Man United. We just need to not make any more mistakes, man, because that's been our undoing this season. Is
for sure
silly mistakes. So hopefully that's out.
And trying to score the chances we create. That's another big one.
Exactly. To the point of we're actually playing well, but yeah, the results are just the results, in it. So yeah, man, should be a good game. Looking forward to
it. Let's move over to you, Strives. Obviously, at the Emirates, Nottingham Forest. They're kind of the last one was it a defeat, if I remember correctly?
To West Ham.
To West Ham, 3-0. So, is there ever a good time to play Nottingham Forest?
A game against Nottingham Forest, they can be a bit tricky for us at times. But I don't think we do. I don't think we struggle with Nottingham Forest as much as one might just think, just on the on the surface of it. In my opinion, I know we've had some funny ones with Nottingham Forest, but I think at home we have to win. We have to win. Like I can't see how, and it's at the Emirates. Like Nottingham Forest haven't beaten us at the Emirates for as long as I can remember. To be fair, dating back past 1998, they haven't beaten us. You know what I'm saying? So we've had some really big ones. We smoked them 5-0 a few years ago, 3-0 last season. We seem to do well at the Emirates, so more of the same really. It's away from home where Nottingham Forest have been a ball late, but even then we tend to get the better of them. So Nottingham Forest, they are obviously, we've seen a resurgence in them in how they've developed their club. They're playing in Europe now, but to be honest, it should be business as usual. Should be a routine Arsenal win. I'd love to see us learn from the 3 games that we've played. Obviously, in the games that we played against Manchester United, Liverpool, and Leeds, they've been tough games. Tough games in the sense that Manchester United was a tough game. Liverpool was quite pedestrian, but tough in the sense that we struggled to break down Liverpool's defense, and obviously it was that wonder strike that won the game for them. And obviously Leeds was tough for the first half, and then we seem to have opened it up in the second half. So literally, we've kind of, this is the game that I would like to kind of see that. Like where some of our players has lacked a pre-season, I'd like to see, international breakers come in as well. I was going to say I'd have liked to see a bit of fluidity. I'd have liked to see what we bring forth, but actually with the international break, there's probably going to be a bit of hiccups, especially where there'd be a little bit of injuries. But that being said, with the squad depth that we have, the quality that we have, and the fact that Arsenal need to be putting up a campaign that's worthy of winning the title, there's no other result that's acceptable other than a win.
What would you foresee with Gyökeres up against two Forest defenders? Because they're a decent standard of Premier League defenders, whereas some people are like questioning Leeds, and then obviously the other games were the other games. So like against Mario and what's his name, Linkovic? Can't remember his name.
I think with Victor Gyökeres, I think we're gonna see Gyökeres will do fine with Arsenal once the rest of our team learn and know his game. Because in the short stint that we saw with Ebere Eze and Martin Odegaard, kind of linking up somewhat and trying to find him, I saw there's going to be opportunities for this man to score goals. There was a time when Odegaard played a pass, and I think Odegaard wasn't sharp to it against Liverpool. Whereas if he's sharp to that,
I think Gyökeres wasn't sharp to it.
Sorry, Gyökeres wasn't sharp to it. So Odegaard played the pass, but Gyökeres wasn't sharp to it. But on another day where he's sharp to it, that goal goes in. I've seen some people criticize Odegaard for that pass, but it wasn't. Odegaard didn't do anything wrong there. He did everything as he was meant to do. Gyökeres was flat-footed there. As they pick up, as they develop that synergy there, I have no doubt that Gyökeres will score goals, man. Will score goals. So against Nottingham Forest, I'm just hoping that synergy starts to click, and I expect Gyökeres to get on the score sheet, man.
Yeah, score a goal. And then Joey, what are you thinking about Liverpool's next game? Is it Burnley away?
Yes.
Yeah, Burnley away. Yeah, it's definitely away.
Yeah, coming back from international break is always a bit of a madness as well, man. But I think the last time it happened is when we lost to Nottingham Forest, and I know, like from the last two interviews I've seen of Arne Slot, he's still talking about that game, man. So like that is rattled him, man. So like he'll be doing everything he can to make sure they win that game, man. Obviously, it's a potential debut for Alexander Isak. I don't think he will start because I don't think he's necessarily going to be match fit. He's only played 20 minutes for Sweden today as well. So that would be interesting to know how he starts, because I think like there's been an ongoing conversation about whether Eze should have started and all that kind of stuff. I feel like we're going to see that Isak, it's not even going to be a question. I don't think he's starting, in my opinion, but
you don't even need him to start right now. You got Ekatike.
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
He's firing, man.
So
obviously he will start, but I don't think you need to start him.
Yeah, I think he'll get game time in that game though. I think maybe about that little 10 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the other thing as well, I don't know what is happening regarding. Obviously, Chiesa has not been included in the Champions League squad, which would be a devastating blow for him, because I know he was potentially expecting to leave, and then he scored that goal versus Bournemouth, was it? I think it was Bournemouth, and then
it was Bournemouth. Yeah, it was Bournemouth.
And then now he's thinking, all right, cool. He's getting minutes now against Arsenal, where he played all right when he came on as well, getting minutes against Newcastle, where he's potentially he played a part in that goal, the winning goal. And then now he's been hit with that he's not in the Champions League squad, so maybe he'll be getting more Premier League game time minutes. So that's interesting to see. But other than that, yeah, man, hopefully we've got a fully fit squad. I think Konate, even though he came off the Arsenal game, I think he's been playing for France, so should be all right, man. But yeah, we should be beating Burnley, no questions asked. I'm just hoping it's a straightforward game.
Because you know what's mad as well? You know, Tell at Spurs, he got left out the Champions League squad as well.
And I think Buonanotte for Chelsea.
Yeah,
so, like,
that's right.
He's gone there, in his interview saying, "Yeah, man, I'm so excited to play Champions League football, man." But it's just how it goes, man.
It's a bit crazy. And then Della, I was going to say Newcastle got Wolves at home, so it's time to showcase their strikers.
Oliver's challenge.
What did he say?
Why are you even laughing?
Why is he telling Della, bro?
No, Della has a vested interest in Newcastle sometimes. So, and I know that they've got their two new strikers, so it might be time to showcase them, because obviously I think that's been lacking a little bit in that part of the department for them, but hopefully now they can push on from it. The Isak saga's over. They can just move on.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting one because you would have probably thought Wissa would have started because obviously he's more Prem ready. But I don't even know what Wissa's been doing for the last couple of weeks. I don't know whether he's been training. I don't know if he did pre-season. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see who he actually starts up top. But yeah. And I think Gordon's still suspended, so one of them probably has to play. You say is it home or away?
Yeah, it's at home. It's at St. James's.
It's at home. I think now the whole Isak thing is over. They need a win. They need a
back
win.
to business.
Yeah, because they got two draws, one defeat. Yeah, they haven't played badly in.
No, they haven't at all. They haven't.
Obviously, the Leeds one I didn't really watch it, so I don't know how that went. But yeah, I think it's time now. Everything's settled. They just need to go out there, playing at home. The crowd will be behind them. I'm not saying Wolves will be easy, but they should get a win.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm looking forward to? No, I'm really looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the day Newcastle play Man United. Until that day, yeah, this guy he keeps on laughing anytime you mention Newcastle. I don't know what his agenda is against Newcastle, but what's that day? I'm looking forward to that.
What you're excited about, bro? Get out of here, man.
I'm looking forward to that day.
Pause. Yeah, just quickly, just going. Obviously, there's Everton, Aston Villa as well coming up this weekend. Then obviously there's Palace, Sunderland, West Ham, Tottenham. There's a few crackers, and then Brentford, Chelsea. There's a few crackers in there.
Yeah, man.
For Brentford, Chelsea. Let's see if VAR comes to the rescue again, innit?
Yeah.
I need to make sure I update my freaking fantasy team. I'm already
for sure.
I'm not gonna lie. None of them games you mentioned sounded like a cracker, boy.
What? It's not even Everton, Aston Villa. That'll be a good game, man.
Doesn't sound like a cracker, bro.
It will be. You watch. There'll be goals in that for sure.
Who Man City got?
Man City's Man United.
Oh yeah, that's a cracker.
Yeah, it's a cracker.
West Ham, Tottenham, Derby. That's good games, man.
Yeah, it's good games, man. Sunderland, Crystal Palace. That'll be a good game. Sunderland in form. Crystal Palace doing their thing.
I've seen some people. I know you lot was talking about earlier. I've seen some people say that United and Man City is going to be a closely contested game. United look good and whatnot, but I'm thinking, is this the same Manchester United that struggled against Grimsby and are going to be playing like 30+-year-olds in the middle?
No, man.
Bro.
So United that turn up against Liverpool, Arsenal, and
but they don't turn up against City. They turn up against
last time.
Yeah,
didn't they beat last time? Was it 2-0?
Yeah, they did. I think it was 2-1 or something like that. I can't remember. What was the score last year when you lot beat them?
It was 2-0, I think. Ahmed and
2-0.
Bruno, I think.
I don't think it's 2-0.
Oh,
I reckon City's going to give them that Holy Ghost squeeze the toast work, man.
They need to though, because they need to reconciliate for Brighton and Tottenham, bro.
Yeah,
that's true. We need to, even Man United, they need to show something. If Man United lose that, then
Well, Man United are above them in the league as well, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, City, they got to step it up, boy.
Yeah, they have to. All right, quickly, let's go around the room. Let's quickly just do back pages. If anyone has any back pages, I know it's been difficult this week with International Week, but who wants to start?
I'll go first.
Go on, Dilla.
Yeah, it's got to be Marino, man.
Oh yeah, for Spain.
Patrick for Spain. 4 goals over this international break, and again, football's very interesting. When he played for Arsenal, they said Arsenal were conservative. He goes to Spain, he scores 4 goals. So, yeah, but yeah, Marino back page for me.
Strauss.
Yeah, Marino, honourable mention, man. Excellent hat trick, man, against Turkey. Great finishes. It's mad because Arsenal fans are wondering whether he's good enough to play a rotational role for Arsenal, but yet this guy's shining for the European giants in Spain. So something. Obviously, Marino's not the problem, is he? But anyway, we digress. We won't get into
So I was just going to say, Strive, just quickly. Obviously, knowing that he's a bit on hot form, does he go into that Arsenal team? Does Arteta look into that as well?
I mean, I've said that. Marino's not played that much games other than playing against Liverpool, and Liverpool's the best team in the country. They're the Premier League champions, so you can forgive him for not you can forgive that. That's the game that Mourinho necessarily didn't shine the most in, and plus he's also playing against. He's playing in the mid three. Yeah, that doesn't necessarily lend towards his talents and abilities. Like, he needed a few more creative players in there. You see Mourinho at his best when there's more creative players playing in the team with him. So yeah, I'm not fully judging him by that, and I don't believe that Mourinho's not good enough for Arsenal personally. So yeah, I let those X narratives do their thing, man. But yeah, I'm subscribing to them. So,
Martinelli, maybe, but
yeah, Martinelli, man. I want to take him to court, but like, I missed my opportunity to do so. But with me and Martinelli, it's a love-hate relationship, man. At some point, it will come good again. Pause, and I'll be back behind him. Pause. So yeah, man. But yeah, my back pages, man. I'm gonna give my back pages to black women, man. To black women, because black women came under fire, man. But they won, man. They won because Ginger J apparently got fired from his post, but at the hands of another black man. So somehow they won out of that, man. Tricked him out. I can't even say they tricked him out of his position, because that seems like that's been his position hard. So yeah, man. Back pages goes to black women.
So on that one, because you shared something in the group about I can't remember what episode you shared. Is it something called Chinks or whatever that guy was talking about? What
the treason?
Yeah. Then at the end, facts only. Then at the end, Marg was like, yeah, anything that impacts my pocket, I need to sort out. Essentially, that's what he said, isn't it?
He did say that, didn't he?
Ginger J is like, yeah, you're my boy, but
he said that it's true. He said that he'd pull rank and anything that. Well, yeah, you know what? I don't know that it would have affected his pocket. You know what I think about social media? I swear I don't want to divulge too much. I just think there's always a donkey of the day or donkey of the week or donkey of the period. Once that blows over, you just lay low. Someone 100%. Else will take the headlines. You get what I mean? So, I think what Ginger J did and said was reckless, stupid, etc., etc., etc. I think it comes from a place of misinformation, trauma, etc., etc., etc. I don't know that he needed to lose his job over it, but we are where we are, man.
Fair. Marley Ma?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Gunner this week.
He's keeping it wholesome, isn't it?
Real left field. I'm gonna go with Gunner. It's been an interesting week in the world of street politics and snitching and the rules and regulations of telling and not telling. And in the week of Young Thug releasing countless leaked jail videos where he's going in on different individuals, Gunner is just minding his business, doing run clubs, doing live performances in the VMAs, just really living his life. So
really, bro.
Hold tight, man, like Gunner, and his project is fantastic as well. So yeah, if you've got a spare minute or two, go listen to that project, and also listen to Young Thug's interview that he gave. It was pretty decent as well. Good watches, good listens.
Oh, cool, Joey.
Yeah, I don't promote none of that low vibrational stuff, so I'm going to bring it back to football. I'm going to give this one to.
Shut your mouth.
I'm going to give this one to Florian Wirtz for his free kick after he scored.
Oh, that was a banger, bro. That was a banger.
He did this for all the people.
Who did he do that to?
He did it to Don. The Don Ray, bro. Don Ray, you know who you are. He was doing it to Don Ray, bro.
He did it to the mirror, man. He
did it to all his haters, bro. All three of them. But no, yeah, he slapped a dash free kick, man. And me personally, I need to see that in the league, bro. So like, stop atting all the people that don't matter, bro. At your Liverpool fans when you do it for them. But yeah, man, that's it.
Fair play. Mine just gonna go to the debutant. Just Elliot Anderson stood out from the crowd. It was close because I actually wanted to give it to Madueke as well, because I think he's come under a lot of scrutiny for some reason when he just he's always kind of performed at a decent level, even in his last game in the Prem. But yeah, I'll give it to Elliot. Great debut.
Quick one. Strive, do you think that Madueke had Kirkes on toast? That's what I'm hearing all over the streets that he had him on toast from.
You know what? I think in the first half, I think he definitely made Kirkes work for his wages. I think like Cuff, yeah, who's been on a pod, he refuted because again in the match reaction that I did, check it out on Podcast Pundits channel. Share, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I said that I thought he had the better of Kirkes in the first half. Yes, I thought he got past him, but he didn't beat him. But I felt like I felt with Madueke, his end product lacks. That's just it. But we knew that before we got into it.
So like he got past him, but he gave him the opportunity. Okay.
You understand? But then in the second half, I think Kirkes kind of got his bearings, and I think Kirkes won he won the exchange between him and Madueke. And then when Dalman came on, he locked up Dalman. He showed Dalman. He showed Dalman he's still a small boy.
I think Marley pointed out that he tore his hamstring in that first one because Madueke showed him pace and and then he tried to run, and then you saw he nearly fell over, innit? But he managed to catch up to him, innit? So like that's a testament to Kirkes still, because Madueke, he's not a joke, bro. When he puts the afterburners on, man.
No, 100. But I just think some Liverpool fans aren't like. I think you, Joey, you're able to kind of like appreciate. You're able to kind of just call it as it is. You're as tribal as they come when the time calls for it. But I also think that, especially in the face of victory, like you're able to just call it for what it is and just ask the question and take someone else's opinions. Whereas some Liverpool fans are refusing to accept that Madueke, he gave a good account of himself in that first half. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, he did.
Anyway, that's it for this week. I hope you've enjoyed our international week. We've tried not to divulge too much on England. We tried to switch up a little bit. But yeah, give us a like, give us a follow on all the major platforms, Insta at Podcast Pundits _, TikTok at Podcast Pundits, and on X at Podcast Pundits _. You've been rocking with us. We'll be back at the same time, same place next week. We out.
Make sure you subscribe.